You know, I think a suit is a great investment that every guy should make, but oftentimes guys buy a suit and they don't really have the correct fitting suit. So I thought it was important today to make a video about all the different elements of a suit, the fit, the fabric, the colors, what different kind of suits, how to wear them, where to wear them to. So those are just some of the things that we're going to cover in today's video. Now, the first part of this video is going to be entirely about the suit and how it fits. It's supposed to fit the right way. Well, you're probably asking yourself, how is it supposed to fit? And so the basic way to think about a suit is you're kind of going to want an X shape. You're going to want it to taper your body very slim. You're going to want the shoulders to be nice and straight. You don't want any bunching up in the shoulders. And so those are just some of the basic general rules as to how a suit is supposed to fit. So first, starting with the jacket, if your shoulder doesn't fit properly, then you're going to have this big crease or gap, or it's going to mess up the arms. There's going to be a bunch of ripples developing at the top of the jacket. And then another general thing to remember is that if the suit is too big, like this suit I'm going to grab for you, this jacket, I got it from Goodwill a few days ago, and I just wanted to get it because it was too big, and I kind of like the color of it. But this jacket, it doesn't have that X shape, and then the sleeves up here are really big, or the shoulders are really big. So this jacket, I mean, it doesn't really fit that good. But you're going to want to make sure that the shoulders fit properly, because if the shoulders fit properly, then most of the suit can be altered and tailored to fit you. Another part of the suit that you're going to make sure fits properly is going to be what's called the enclosure, and that is basically the space that is around your abdomen. You're going to want to make sure that that's, you know, slim and tapered to your body, because if it's too big, it's going to make you look fat, and you don't want to look fat. But you also have to remember, if the enclosure of the jacket is too tight, it's going to cause ripples, and it's going to make you look sloppy and make it look like you're trying to fit into something that's too small. So you don't want the ripples. Now, when it comes to the jacket sleeves and the lengths of the jacket, you're going to want to make sure that there's enough area to show the shirt that you have underneath your sleeves, you know, your watch or your dress shirt. You're going to want to make sure that there's at least half an inch of room so that you can see the watch and the sleeves under it. Now, with the overall length of the jacket, you don't want the jacket to go past your fingers, and you don't want it to go above this knuckle on your thumb. You're going to kind of want to keep it in the halfway mark, because that halfway mark is generally what's acceptable with men's suits. If your suit is too long, then it could be considered an overcoat, and you really don't want that. So just keep the length between these two knuckles that are on your finger. So now we're going to talk about the pants, and before we do, one of the biggest mistakes that I made, I was at my prom and the pants were too tight, and I did the splits, and the pants split in the back because they were too tight. So the first thing to do with your pants, you're going to make sure that the pants fit, that they're at least tapered, but you don't want them too tight, because if they're too tight, you might go down for the splits and you might come up and split your pants. You'll know if your pants are too tight when you can see, you know, a bunch of lines and ripples in the back of like where your butt is. It looks very tight. Those are just some of the things you want to avoid. You want to keep it loose enough to where it's comfortable, but also keep it slim enough to where it looks like it fits you. And as for the length at the bottom, I don't usually go with a cuff, but a cuff is optional. And then I don't go with any breaks at all. I don't like to have any room or any, you know, extra fabric down at the bottom. I think it looks very sloppy, and it's just something that I try to avoid, that I think you guys should avoid as well. So guys, those are just a few general things to look out for when it comes to the fit of your suit. Now we're going to talk about the colors. Now, me personally, I love anything that's not basic. I don't like basic colored suits. As you can see, you know, I have a cream colored suit here. I have a maroon, and then I have a green and a white and a very light blue, and then another gray. But I try to stick away from those basic colors, because those basic colors I feel are boring. But for most guys in most situations, the basics are going to be fine. So your navy blues, your charcoal grays, and your blacks. I personally don't like black suits. I don't think they look good, because every guy wears a black suit. So if you want to spice up, you know, your style, or you know, you're in the office or something, try to get something with some different colors, because those bolder colors, they're going to be more interesting to look at. Also, a lot of guys make the mistake of not cutting the vents and cutting the pockets open. The X's that are on your back, those are supposed to be cut off for the tail of the jacket. And then also the tags that are going to be on the sides, you want to get rid of those, because I see guys with those on and they look super silly. Those are meant to be cut off, and you guys should definitely cut them off. And guys, that's today's video. The key things to remember with the suit, you're going to want to make sure that the fit is good, that you're comfortable in the suit, and that it's a little bit outside the box. Don't wear what everybody else wears. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.